Folks, as we're into our third year in the SEC now, things are starting to change around here a little bit. We're collecting those SEC revenue checks. We're bringing more money into the program. And so we've been able to hire two major celebrities to lead our team out onto the field today for our conference opener. So without further ado, here comes the team out of the tunnel. That's right, we hired the Costco guys. Now we're going to hand the mic over to Big Justice as he has a few words to share before this game here.
Are you guys ready? 3, 2, 1, go!
Alright, now let's play some football. We'll get the ball first as Kentucky is going to kick this one off to us. And we're able to return this one up to the 23-yard line. That is where we will set up shop, and Lenora Sellers, the junior quarterback, will come out, along with our stud running back Jamari Sands, who had a big game last week. And we'll get this started off by handing the ball off to Sands up the middle for a nice gain on first down of 7 yards. As you saw on the opening screen, the game says we are an 86 overall now, but Jamari Sands at 91 overall and Lenora Sellers at 86 overall are the only two players on the team that are 86 overall or better. So I don't know how these rankings work. Now on first down here is our first drive. We go with a little RPO read and Sellers keeps it. He's able to get to the outside and pick up another first down on a nice run there. Moving on here, we're going to come back with another RPO look. It's Sellers in the shotgun, Sands to his left. He's going to keep this time, but probably should have thrown the screen out there as he had the bubble screen open. Now we're going to go to mesh, get our guy to motion across on the vertical route. And everything looks pretty covered up. Tried to force one to one of the drags, but they're able to undercut it and pick this off, and they're going to go back all the way for 6 here on the first drive. Another rough start for this FAU team. This has been a theme in some of our last few games heading back to the end of last season. Even against Kentucky, one of the lower rated teams in the SEC, this is not going to be a good strategy for us. We are going to have to start games better. Now Talia Free on the kickoff gets a little bit of space across the 20 to the 23. And we're going to come back with this corner strike as FAU needs to respond here. We were hoping to have a bit of an easier time against Kentucky, but we might be in for a fight today. After this game, we'll have a home game against our rival FIU, and then after that, we will head on the road to Alabama. As Sellers just misses an open receiver there on 2nd and 2. It's definitely one of his shortcomings, I would say. He's a phenomenal runner and a decent passer most of the time, but that's definitely a throw he should hit. Coming back with the exact same look, and he misses the exact same throw. That's really unfortunate because the receiver was open both times. An accurate throw would have enabled him to run after the catch. That's one of our speedy freshmen that we're trying to get involved. Fortunately, we just weren't able to do it there, but we do come out on 4th down and pick up the first down. Now coming back with an inside trap run, doesn't go that well. Only pick up 1 or 2. Actually, not even that. We got 0. Now we've got a mesh look. They're in single high coverage. If we get man coverage on the running back, and we do, we got him on the wheel route. He's running by a safety. Man, if that was a linebacker, that's a touchdown, but the safety was able to catch up with Sands. But Sands was able to get loose on the wheel route and pick up a huge gain there for us. Now we're into the red zone. Let's see if we can execute in tighter space. We're going to go read option on first down. Sellers, another nice gain for 8 yards off to the right side this time. Look like we're definitely finding some space on these read option plays so far. Now we come back with a jet touch pass to Henry, and he makes a nice run all the way down to the 1-yard line. Looked like he might have fallen into the end zone. They don't give it to him, so we come back with Jamari Sands in the Wildcat QB blast. That doesn't work, so now we're going to go back to Sellers in the QB blast, and he's able to find some space off the right side for a touchdown, and we are able to tie this one up here in the first quarter at a score of 7-7. 10 plays, 77 yards. A nice drive for FAU as they answer back after throwing that pick. Now we're going to get our first look at the Kentucky offense today, as they were able to score before ever taking the field thanks to Lenora Sellers' interception. The big run-stuffing defensive end Wilkie Denaud is an important player on our defense. We have another defensive end who's like the same overall. I think they're both 84 overall. But Wilkie Denaud, as you can see, is huge. And the other guy is a converted outside linebacker who's only like 220 pounds. So I think keeping Denaud on the field is really big for our run game because the alternative is like 100 pounds lighter than him. Kentucky hits a big play. They're all the way out to 45, the 45-yard line rather, lining up on the Howard Schnellenberger logo. Now it's 2nd and 7. Kentucky ran a lot of heavy formations this game, a lot of two tight end stuff as they come back with a counter run where they're pulling linemen. We thought they were headed the other way, and they find some space there. Now in the full house pistol on 3rd and 1. We're trying to bring some heat, but can't really get a read on which way they're headed. They run off the left side successfully for another first down. Now they've got number 83 in the backfield, showing some interesting looks. We come out in a cover 2 invert. They hand off to 83, who cuts back to the left side and find tons of space, and he's going to go all the way as we take a terrible angle with our linebacker. We do not have the speed to catch up, and he's going to rumble into the end zone as Kentucky scores yet again. They take a 14-7 lead here in the first quarter. So this is not the opening performance we wanted to have in front of the Costco guys, but unfortunately we've given up 14 points here in the first quarter. Hopefully they don't get down on us and leave early because we do still have time to battle back. As we toss this one out to Ian Kuhn, the redshirt freshman we're trying to get a look at, and he's able to outrun the defensive end to get the edge and pick up 8 yards on first down. Jamari Sands comes back with a slam up the middle for 4 yards and a first down. Yet again to Sands on the handoff inside, but he's stacked up and gets nowhere. He loses a yard there. Now we're going to come back in one of these Bryles offense formations with the receivers lined up wide. Drop back, they bring a little bit of heat, but we have time over the middle to find CJ Smith on the deep in route. If you bring heat and you don't get home, Smith is a tough guy to cover with his speed on the back end. Now we run an inside trap run. This picks up just 1 yard as we come to the end of the first quarter. Kentucky, those cheerleaders are excited because they're up 7 points here, 14-7. They've averaged 16.6 yards per play on their one drive on offense. Here we are in 2nd down and 9. We got quads to the left. Sellers drops back, gets hit as he throws, and that ball luckily falls harmlessly to the turf as it will be 3rd and 9. Now we've got quads to the right. Came out in a QB blast, but they were showing cover 0. So we audible to a pass over the middle. Now we're here in 5 wide, again an empty set. We've got the scissors play called. Defender barreling down on Sellers. He takes a shot down the sideline, but turns out that was probably not the right decision. Upon further review, the post route comes wide open, as you can see. If I had just taken a chance there. I had a defender barreling down on me, but so maybe it seems like I'm being too hard on myself, thinking I should have recognized that, but that is kind of the look I'm trying to get when I call that play. That is exactly what I'm looking for. We had it. I should have recognized it and pulled the trigger because he did come wide open. We would have had a touchdown. A little bit of a tough sequence, though, with the defender barreling down on us, but I think I should have seen that one. Now coming back, we launch a ball downfield to Smith on 3rd and 10. That doesn't work. Now it's 4th and 10. Smith again downfield, and that does not work out. We're going to turn this one over on downs here in the second quarter. Now Kentucky's coming back here as we get some great penetration on first down as that run play goes for -2 yards. Now they're going empty on 2nd down. We didn't see a ton of this in this game. And this might be why. As Cummins, the redshirt freshman, picks it off, and no one's going to catch him. He's going back all the way. And it looks like we have made up for the pick 6 that we threw as Cummins gets one of his own. This is the redshirt freshman who we just had to get on the field. He's got good man coverage and zone coverage attributes, and we thought he'd be a good player to get him out there as a freshman, get him some experience. And here in the dime package, he comes out as our 4th cornerback and makes a humongous play for us here in our conference opener this season. And he takes out, I guess that's our version of the turnover chain. It looks kind of sad, to be honest, compared to some of the other ones you see. Like Miami's turnover chain, or Alabama has this like wrestling belt that looks a little more cool than that. But whatever, the touchdown counts all the same, and we are all squared at 14 here. Kicking it back off. A nice little return here as they get out to the 28-yard line. When I watch these back, it is very noticeable to me that our kicker doesn't kick the ball that far on kickoffs. Something I don't really notice in-game is they go trick play here, and they had us, but they just barely missed the receiver on the deep shot there with the wide receiver throwing the ball. And we did not defend that one well. That could have been a touchdown if they made an accurate throw. Now on second down, number 10 takes it for 9 yards up the middle. It's going to be 3rd and 1. Now they're going to line up with 3 receivers. Tight end on the right side. And they're just going to get the edge as we tried to shade over to the right side, but obviously not enough as they were able to turn the corner and pick up the first down. Now on first down, the tight end's on the left side. We're a little worried about a run to the left. They go play action and then throw it back to dump off to the, is that the running back in the flat? They did a lot of 2 running back stuff where they were splitting a running back out wide. I believe that's what's happening here. I think in the slot, that was a running back. So the personnel was telling me, 2 running backs, and then you line up and they got 3 guys out wide. Here we're able to get some pressure on 3rd down, get a hit on the quarterback and force an incompletion, and Kentucky will have to punt this one back to us. Under 4 minutes to go in the second quarter here. Talia free back to receive the kick, and he does, and moves forward for maybe about 5 yards. We will take this one over at our own 14-yard line. Now we're going to dial up a stretch run with Jamari Sands, see if we can get him out in some space. They do a good job of holding the edge. We have to cut back behind our tackle, but we are able to pick up a nice gain of 8 yards. And we come back in the same formation. And this time we're going to run a split dive here up the middle. And we are able to find a little bit of space. Not the easiest, but we do get the first down. On first down, we line up in one of these RPO walk, the Wake Forest low mesh type plays. And eventually, Sellers hands the ball off to Sands, who gets 4 yards. Now we're going to window dress this RPO read. And unfortunately, the tight end gets caught up on the defensive end there. And that forces an inaccurate throw. It's going to be 3rd and 6. Now as we try to set up the screen in the orbit motion to our receiver, we get him out in space. But unfortunately, we're not able to gain any yards as they defend that pretty well. Coming back on 4th and 6 with a mesh call. And the drag comes open underneath, but we are unable to pick up the first down as we turn it over in our own end. Second time this game we've turned the ball over on 4th down. We typically do have better luck on 4th downs. Now they go play action, come back to a little screen to the tight end with a lead blocker out in front, but it doesn't work that well as they only get 1 yard. Now they come out in a symmetrical single back 2 tight end formation, run to the right, and they've got a lot of spaces. Nobody gets off a block for us, and nobody makes a play. They are able to get a touchdown on that one. Really terrible defensive effort that probably should have not resulted in a touchdown, but it does here as we approach the 2-minute timeout. Kentucky is now up 21-14. Talia free fields this kickoff a few yards deep in the end zone and runs out. And we will set up shop at our own 16-yard line here with 1:57 on the clock. Now we're able to hit a nice play, almost, into that window there to our 4th receiver, probably that is. And Sellers on the read option, the defensive tackle almost makes the play, but Sellers turns the corner and gets out to the 30-yard line. That's a gain of 14 there on second down. Now we're going to go back to our good old scissors play. They are in single high this time, though. And so we're going to try to hit the corner route, but they are all over that. We just don't seem to have a lot of these matchups here in our favor. We're going to try to get this inside slot receiver on a deep cross, perhaps, here. And it looks like we probably had him open. We take the deep shot instead. And Talia free drops the ball. Coming back on 3rd and 10, we've got a slot fade Henry. We got 2 slants on the right side. We're going to go with Henry. We got the single coverage look. Can he make the play? And he does catch that one. It didn't look like the kind of play, typically that kind of coverage, that animation, usually gets knocked away. But he did hold on to that one. Now going to the corner route, that one's knocked away. Like I said early on, we are just not getting a lot of separation on these routes. We kind of knew this. We know we don't really have the guys at receiver to really be a dynamic passing game yet. We tend to emphasize the run game, the RPOs a lot, as we do again here, as Sellers has tons of room off the right side. Those RPO plays really hit. The RPO read plays really hit when the QB keep is the right read. we were able to hit some chunk plays on those. Now swinging it out to Smith. He makes a spin move, and he breaks tackle. He's able to get into the end zone. Late in the first half here, it looks like we're going to tie this one up with an extra point. Huge drive there right before the half with 26 seconds on the clock to tie this one up going into the break. It's been a bit of an up and down half for FAU, but we have made some plays when it really mattered on offense and defense with the pick six. It's just really the pick six that we threw that set us behind a little bit. And our defense has had some poor effort on some plays. Their 2 offensive touchdowns were some big runs that we failed to stop. But thus far, we have been able to respond when falling behind and come back and tie this up. I don't think we've held a lead yet. I think we were down 7-0, then 14-7, and then 21-14. But here, 23 seconds on the clock. Hopefully, Kentucky will just run this out and we can get to intermission. But they are going to drop back here on first down and look to throw. And they will be sacked by Wilkie Denaud, the big fella getting in there. You'd think he's just a run stuffer. The quarterback's name is Trueblood. You would think Denaud is just a run stuffer, but he's a good pass rusher as well. He makes some plays there for us in that department. As number 10 has a stiff arm and a nice little run, but that will bring us to halftime. So an exciting first half here. These teams are tied at 21 apiece. FAU just allowed just 127 yards. But like I said, those 2 big chunk plays that we allowed really killed us, as well as the pick six. But look, it's anyone's ball game here as we head into the second half. Kentucky will get the ball first here because we got the ball to start the game, which is unfortunate because when we started the game, all we did with the ball was throw a pick six. But at least we were the last ones to score before the half. And now hopefully we can come out in the second half and get off to a good start here. As we were able to force that incompletion, closing down on that hitch route. Now it looks like a draw play here by Trueblood, handing it off to number 10. And again, tons of space. Poor job getting off blocks by our defenders. There are just a number of aspects in this sport where you can see still that we just don't have the talent to really compete at the highest level. Even against Kentucky here, where we are just making terrible efforts tackling. Anybody who watched our playoff game last year against Penn State saw that we just had nothing for Katron Allen and Nick Singleton. They were running through tackles left and right, falling forward. I mean, we were just hopeless against them. Again, they put number 83 back there again. I don't know who this guy is, but we can't stop him. But look, I think we're doing everything we can. We're not like selling out against the run. We do run zone coverage most of the time, but we do try to align our defense the right way. We are also susceptible to deep pass plays, so we do have to look out for that. But I think ultimately at this point it just comes down to getting the guys on the team, and we're not quite there yet. We're not where we need to be. Hopefully this year we will sign our best recruiting class yet. As we get a fumble there, but Kentucky's able to get back on it. And they would review that and overturn the fumble anyway. Ultimately, it made a difference of 1 yard. Kentucky ended up picking 1 yard back up. Now on 2nd and 10, they run the ball. Just get 2 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 8 as they come out in an empty set again. Trueblood making changes at the line. Trueblood's got all day to throw. And finally, he finds a guy over the middle who dives into the end zone for a touchdown. We rushed 4 there, which usually eventually gets home, but the pass rush was totally stymied there. We were in cover 2, and we just couldn't hold him forever. We did a good job covering everything up at first, but eventually someone was able to break free on the back end as we couldn't pressure the quarterback. Now we're going to come out in a pistol, hand it off to Jamari Sands on first down. He's got a little bit of space, but runs into a defender just to gain 3 yards. Now we're looking to go play action on 2nd down, see if we can get these defenders to creep up. Nothing's really there. Have to try to get rid of it. Unfortunately, we take a sack. It's now 3rd and 20. Already down 7 points. We're going to go to this Wildcat flood play, which we've had a lot of success with in our years, but not so far today, as that corner route just does not get open against this defense. So 4th and 20 in our own territory. You know we like to be aggressive, but this would probably be a little too much. However, I can't see the punt meter. It's not showing up on the screen. So I just blindly punt this. It bounces off the ground like 15 yards down the field, hits into the legs of one of their players, becomes a live ball, and we recover it at our own 19-yard line. Obviously, just how you draw it up on the punt there. We've got the ball back after some very bizarre circumstances. We pick up 6 yards on first down. Now we're going to try to run an option to our receiver. That's not, well, it works okay, I guess. The pitch wasn't there. We have to cut it upfield. We gained just 1 yard. It's now going to be 3rd and 3. Sellers trying to keep. That doesn't work out. He gets no yards. It's now 4th and 3. We're going to come back in a mesh look. This play, again, has not been great for us today. Hopefully we can get somebody free on this one. But we can't. And we're lucky that one wasn't intercepted. That could have been a pick 6. I have the adaptive AI set to aggressive, so it's pretty common that things that work well one game will get totally stifled the next game, and that appears to be what's happening to us here. Similarly, last year we were able to do a lot of damage against Mississippi State with those RPO read plays, but then in the next game against Penn State, they seemed much more prepared for them. A play action on 2nd and 10. Throwing deep, and we are able to pick this one off with a perfect timing user pick. The safety comes over. Honestly, the previous play they threw into traffic, and I thought we should have picked that one off. So it's good to get one on the next play. We hand off to Ian Kuhn on the wingback dive off the right side out of the flex bone. We're just trying a new look to show them something that we haven't shown them yet. And he's able to pick up a first down. Then we come back on the QB counter, which almost hits, but one guy gets through and is able to make a tackle for no gain. Now on the RPO bubble, we throw it out wide to our receiver, who's tackled for just a 1 yard gain. Now on a big 3rd down here, coming off the interception, down 7 points late in the 3rd quarter. We go underneath on the mesh play, but he's tackled for just a 3 yard gain. So now on 4th down, we're going to dial up something new. Now we see the press on the outside. We're hoping we can generate a deep shot, but they drop off. Kind of fool us a little bit. Nobody really comes open, although that corner route might have had a chance. However, they sack us. We turn it over again, and now they have the ball once again in our territory, heading in to score. But on 1st down, we are able to sack True Blood as we get in there and make a big play. Now we come back out in the double A gap look with our linebackers, bringing pressure, and we're able to get a loss again on this run play with some good penetration. It's now 3rd and 18. Now on 3rd and 18, what's True Blood going to do? It is a draw play, and they lose 2 more yards. So pretty good response from the defense after we turn the ball over on downs to make them go back 10 yards, make it a pretty tough field goal. I thought they might not be able to hit this one, but they do get it. So that is a bit of a bummer now as they go up 2 scores here late in the 3rd quarter. It is now 31-21 Kentucky. So the Owls have their backs up against the wall. It's time to respond. We're going to go back to this RPO walk play we like so much. We're going to throw the screen out this time, and Henry's able to get some space, make a good spin move, and get upfield up to the 38-yard line. Now we're going to come back with another RPO look. This time looks like Sellers should keep it. He does, and he's able to get off the right side, pick up another first down. As we approach midfield, that will be the end of the 3rd quarter. And we've just got 6 minutes now to respond. And Kentucky's totally outplaying us. They have 6.4 yards per play. We only have 5.2. We have outgained them, but that's just because we've run a lot more plays than them. Now we try a swing screen here, and it's going nowhere. We lose 2 yards. So we have dominated time of possession. And perhaps on a play-to-play basis, we've been better because they have just hit some big chunk plays that have been real killers for us. Now there, we're trying to see if the deep crosser or the slot fade come open, and neither really does. Now 3rd and 12, big play here. We dial up a screen to Jamari Sands. Not a play call we make a lot, and it definitely caught the defense off guard as Sands is able to get a ton of space on the right side and pick up a first down. That'll put Sellers over 200 yards passing on the day. Now we're going to come back with this red zone scissors play. Again, we got a shot. Wide open CJ Smith, although by the time the ball gets there, the safety has converged and he's able to meet him and jar that ball free. You'd like to see him come down with that one, but it's okay. Then on 2nd down, we run a little triple option look with our receiver motioning, and they weren't fooled at all. We get tackled for a loss of 5. Now we take another deep shot. Talia free. Couldn't get there. The ball knocked away by the corner. Their slot defensive backs have really done a good job in this game. Now on 4th and 15, we just need to make a play here. We don't want to have to give the ball back down 10 points. Here we've got X across the middle. Our freshman receiver, that's Toppins, getting loose against their defensive back. And that is a huge conversion there for us on 4th and 15. Now Sellers runs the QB blast well for another 8 yards down to the 7. And if we can get this one into the end zone, we are right back in it. Now we try to set up the corner route. It's not really there, but we try it anyway with a pylon throw. The defense is able to converge and knock it away. We're lucky that one wasn't intercepted, probably. Now it's 3rd and 2. We're going to go back to the ground with Sellers, who's able to use his size and toughness to push forward for a 1st down. Now it's 1st and goal at the 4. Again, we're just going to try to power run this one in as Sellers rumbles down to the 2-yard line. Then we go hurry up, try to get this play off quick, run it again. That does not work as their defensive tackle is able to penetrate, get in the backfield, and cause a loss of 1. Now 3rd and goal, we come back with the same play, and we get 1 yard. And now it's going to be 4th and goal. We go same play, different formation out of the quads this time, and we just barely get in. The game is definitely catching on to my shenanigans at the goal line, and we might need to work on a backup plan for goal line situations now. As we're kicking off with 3:26 on the clock, not much time left, especially if they're going to try to run out the clock here up 3 points. We don't have that many more chances to get a stop, and once we get the ball back, it's probably going to be our last shot. So we're going to have to execute pretty well here as they go out to the tight end and they get a 1st down up to the 31-yard line. Now they're going to come out in a 2 tight end look, run up the middle. We were not ready for that. They pick up 6 yards. Now on 2nd and 4, we see what they're going to do. We try to shade over to the left, anticipating a run. I mean, they've got to run it here, right? It wouldn't make any sense to do anything else. And then they throw, and it's incomplete. And it's 3rd and 4. That's a big play for us. Now they might pass. I mean, there's still 2:34 on the clock. They do need this 1st down. And they come underneath on drag. They hit it. They get across midfield. Now the time is really starting to run down. 2:26. Clock is stopped. We took our 1st time out here because I knew they could have ran it down to the 2-minute warning. And if we play our cards right, we can't give up one more 1st down either way. So either we could have waited until after the 2-minute warning to start calling our timeouts and got the ball back with like 1:40, or we could call our timeouts early here. Now we are out of timeouts. It's 3rd and 6, and we're able to get a sack. So the clock will keep running. They'll run it down to the 2-minute warning, but we do save about 20 seconds probably with the way we decided to use our timeouts a little earlier. They punt it back. We got no timeouts. We are under 2 minutes. Talia free. Fields the kickoff, gets to the 13-yard line, so we've got to go 87 yards, make it 88 yards now after we lose 1 yard. And we've got to do it in 1:37 as Sellers breaks the tackle. That was kind of big, and rumbles forward for 1 yard as the defender is able to catch up to him. It's now 3rd and 10. Now on 3rd and 10, we go to our Wildcat flood play that has not been good to us. But we launch one up down the field, and our receiver is able to make an amazing play. Ball a little bit underthrown. He comes back for it and goes up and makes an aggressive catch in traffic, and that is going to flip the field for us and really change this the trajectory of this drive now as we are at the 30-yard line. We'll call it the 29. We swing out the screen to Smith, who picks up just 2 yards. We're now at the 27. Clock running. They bring a blitz. We swing it out to our tight end on a flood concept. He's able to get a 1st down to the 43-yard line. Now we're going to try to get a slot fade going. Again, these haven't been working that well lately. We go for the back pylon throw, and it's not there. They have it well covered again. We probably shouldn't be attacking that guy so much. Now we see they're in press against our receivers on the outside. They do swing to a single high look, and we are able to get one-on-one with our running back, Jamari Sands, on the wheel route into the end zone. That is a touchdown. 2nd time today we've hit a huge play on that. So Kentucky goes cover 1 at the wrong time, and we expose them. Hitting a huge play on the wheel route to our best player, Jamari Sands. He has not done too much on the ground today, but he has had 2 huge plays in the passing game on those wheel routes. But this one is not over yet. Kentucky has all their timeouts and 31 seconds left, which is a fair amount of time in this game. You can get down the field pretty quickly. As they throw this one underneath, we're going to try to tackle and keep the clock running, but they do get the 1st down. They call timeout anyway. Now up to the 41-yard line. They do need a touchdown. A field goal won't help them. They again throw underneath to a spot route. This time they do not get a 1st down. They call their 2nd timeout. 20 seconds left. True Blood drops back. We only have 3 guys rushing. We're not able to get any pressure. And again, they were able to have a guy coming back to the ball over the middle and hitting a big play. Now they're down to the 16 with 9 seconds left. They'll probably get 2 shots at this. True Blood in the empty set. Drops back to throw. Slings it out of the back of the end zone. Didn't have anybody that time. Just got rid of it. Now 5 seconds left. This is probably the last play of the game. We're going to cover 3 look. They're running 4 verts. True Blood rolls out, so I click the right stick to make our closest zone defender go after him, and he makes a great play. Marquez Lee is able to get the sack. That'll end the game. An exhilarating finish there. The FAU fans are ecstatic. A huge play there. And the last play of the game with just 5 seconds left as Charquez Lee, I think I called him Marquez Lee a second ago. I knew it was something like that. Charquez Lee makes a tremendous play. Saved the day for FAU. It was looking dicey there for a second, but the Owls are going to go 1-0 in SEC play, 2-0 on the season. FIU comes to town next. Lenoris Sellers is your player of the game, only completing 50% of his passes, but he hit some big plays when it counted. And frankly, a lot of those incompletions are due to his receivers just not getting open. Your final score here today is FAU 35, Kentucky 31, as FAU mounts a phenomenal 4th quarter comeback. Sellers 40 pass attempts. That's got to be a career high. Not an amazing passing day. 7.8 yards per attempt. Not terrible, but not great. 24 for 74 for Sellers, 3.0 yards per carry, 11 for 24 for Sands. As I said, not his best day on the ground, but he did make some huge plays in the receiving game for us as he goes 3 catches for 84 yards and the touchdown. We spread the ball around pretty well. Our passing game definitely leaves some things to be desired, but we did make plays when it counted here. We were able to pull out a huge victory. Now moving on to the defense, one of the biggest plays of the game was made by Shakir Cummins, the redshirt freshman cornerback, who had a humongous pick 6 for us. Already 77 overall. He should go on to be a really stellar player for us in the future. Antonio Smith also came away with an interception. Now, as we wrap up this video, I'm going to head into the next week and show some recruiting highlights before ending this one. We're going to get Andre Law to come in for a visit in week 6 because that's the soonest we can get him on campus. He looks like a stud defensive tackle that we would really like to sign. As you see, the 5 players we now have visits scheduled for, the 4 offensive players coming in this week against FIU. We're going to add some more points onto them to really try to maximize this visit coming up. All these guys would be absolutely huge for our program. We're also going to set up some more visits for week 6 with some crucial prospects we would love to land. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. I'm thinking I'm going to start a new dynasty soon because I did pick this one up sort of in the middle of year 2 with the videos. I wanted to get a better hold on what I'm doing here before I started a new dynasty, but I think we might be ready to do it. If you've made it this far and have any thoughts, let me know in the comments. But anyway, thank you. Take care, everybody.